Hey guys, welcome back. Today's going to be a unboxing / review of the WorkSharp Electric Ken Onion Edition knife sharpener. Okay, so I have not opened this box yet, so we're going to be going through this together. I can leave links to the WorkSharp Ken Onion Edition and the extra belts. This did not come with this. I had to buy this separately. So I'll just leave those down below in the description. I don't have any sort of affiliate link, so it'll just be what it is, and if you choose to buy it, then great. So anyway, let's open it up. Okay. So, let's see here. You've got your instruction manual and a couple of stickers right in here. So there's that. I don't know if you can see that. And then you have the actual machine itself. And then some spare belts. So the Ken Onion Edition, my understanding of it is it has more options for the grits available on the belts itself. There's a cheaper option, but I think it just, I might be wrong on this one, but I feel like it only has maybe 3, maybe a coarse, medium, fine. And this one has extra coarse. It says right here, it has an extra coarse, a coarse, medium, fine, and then an extra fine. So I'm mainly getting this for the extra fine because I plan on doing kitchen knives and fillet knives and what have you. So that is a benefit there. The extra coarse would probably come in handy if you were doing things like axes or hatchets or more outdoor tools that it didn't necessarily need to be a fine cutting edge. So there's that. Another reason that I opted for the Ken Onion Edition is the actual body, the frame of this tool is heavier. It's made out of more metal and less plastic. It also has a variable speed trigger, so this belt can either speed up or slow down. I'm thinking it'd be better to have it slower for some of the stuff that I plan on doing. Less friction, less heat, might actually do a better job. You don't want to get the knife too hot. So there's that. And then also you have more adjustments for the angle. Let's see if I can get you. So you have more options there for the angle of your grind. So a couple of benefits there. Also, the Ken Onion Edition does have wider belts. I don't remember, I think they're 3/4 of an inch wide. The standard edition is like 1/2 inch wide. So a little bit more belt material to work off of. So this might get kind of boring and I might do some editing, but I actually have never used one of these before. So I'm just gonna take a minute and go through the instruction manual and figure out what we need to do. I'm hoping to be able to sharpen this fillet knife, this boning knife, because right now, I'll show you, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's not cutting, right? So anything is better than this. So let's go through this and see what we need to do to sharpen it up. Okay, yeah. So this is true for the Ken Onion Edition as well as the standard edition, that using a belt grind like this, it reshapes your cutting edge. So it's more convex shape as opposed to like a straight, beveled edge. And the idea behind that, or my understanding of that idea, is that cutting edge on a convex cutting edge is supposed to last longer. Let me come up there and show you. So the idea behind the convex cutting edge is you actually have more material, more metal closer to that actual cutting edge itself. So in theory, that is a stronger cutting edge, less chance of burrs or other damage. So what this was talking about is the grinding process, that this is a factory sharpened knife. It has not been sharpened since we bought the knife. So it does have the beveled edge. And what this was talking about is when I go to sharpen this thing, we're actually going to be reshaping the cutting edge. So let's see here. Okay, so going through the instructions for this knife, this would be a kitchen knife, and so it gives me a sharpening process for a factory grind, going from a factory to what I said was a convex grind. That it's actually going to be looks like 3-step process, and the belts are numbered. So this is a coarse belt right here, and it's an X65. The next one, which would be a medium, I suppose, would be an X22. Let me see if I can get you a close-up. So this is the belt, and inside the belt says an X22, and so that's how they've kind of defined these. They've given those numbers. So we're going this belt, and then the X4, which would be their fine belt. So at that point, we will test it and see what it does. So I'm setting aside the extra coarse and the extra fine for right now. So we're starting with the coarse, which was the X65 at the 20 degree setting. Here, real quick, I'll show you this too. So on here, it is adjustable. Let me see if I can do that. And you watch these guides. So as I'm moving that, I don't know if you can see that, but both sides are moving, in and out as I'm moving this. So that's pretty handy. I like that feature. Okay, so for a kitchen knife, it says a 20-degree angle is what we're after. So I've got it set for 20. And then we are doing on the low speed. So I'm gonna turn a dial here, and that's low. Let me turn it on. That's not too terribly loud. Oh, another feature of this particular sharpener is I don't have to hold the trigger, but it's got a trigger lock right here, which is pretty nice. That way I can just focus on running that knife. So there's that. We're gonna run this knife, looks like 4 to 8 times on either side. And we're gonna be following, maybe I'll get you in closer so you can see what I'm talking about, but there's some roller guides here that we're gonna be following. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the up close here. We're gonna do some sharpening. I've got it set for 20 degrees. I'm gonna turn this on. And again, this is on low. Let's see if this thing will stay where I want it. Okay, so here we go. I've got it set for 20 degrees. We're pressing down and then riding on this roller back here. And then I'm stopping when the tip of the knife gets about halfway in that sharpening blade. So let's do this. Two. So that was 8. Let's do the other side. I kind of lost track of where I was at. That's not good. Okay, so that was roughly 8. I can already feel that this is a lot better. Okay, so now let's change the belts, and we're going to the medium grit belt. So to change the belt, we're pushing up here. Actually, let me back up. This guide comes out and then twists, just like that. Pushing up and then sliding this belt out. So we'll set that aside. We're now doing the medium grit belt. So I'm going to do the lower pulleys and then push up. And just like that. So now that that is there, we're going to pull out, do this so you can see, pull out and twist with these roller guides. So we're going to do the same thing on the X22. Yep, same thing. So 4 to 8 strokes on either side with the low setting. Don't lose track this time. That was 8. Now let's do the other side. Okay, so that's 8. This was on the medium. Okay, all right. Let's see what happens. We're going to change the belt to the fine one. So pulling out on this, getting the guide out of the way. Take this off. And so this is the X4. Yes. X4 was the fine belt. And then I'm just going to rotate that, make sure it's on each of the pulleys, which it is. Pull this thing back out. Okay. Okay, so this time we're going to be doing 10 strokes on the fine belt, also on the low setting, low speed. So let's do this again. Okay, other side. Okay. All right, well, it's certainly better. Let's give it the old paper test. So if you remember last time, it wouldn't cut through the paper. So let's see what happens here. Oh, it's not going to do it. Oh, there it goes. You're not even seeing that. So it's still, maybe I need to give it some more time. Maybe sharpening a factory grind might take a little bit more time. I'm gonna say it's definitely better, but I could probably improve on that. Okay, so it was definitely a whole lot better than what it was, but there's still some room for improvement. And I'm willing to accept that that's probably me that needs improvement on learning how to use this machine. After reading some of the instructions, there's a recommended speed for pulling your knife through the sharpener, and I believe it was 1 inch per second. So I probably was going way too fast, not giving the belts enough time to actually change the shape of the grind. So that's probably what's going on. But anyway, you know, I think I'm gonna be pretty happy with this thing. It was quick for me to be able to sharpen this knife and get it to where it was, which if you remember, it was pretty bad. I mean, it was, you know, hardly even doing anything to that paper before the grind. So anyway, I think this is gonna be a good purchase. I just need to learn how to use this. So the appealing part about this is it's going to be quick. Once I get the knives where they have that convex grind, it's just going to be a matter of getting this fine or maybe even the extra fine belt on there and making probably 8 pulls on either side with that one belt, and away you go. So the speed is what I'm looking for, because pretty much all of our kitchen knives need to be sharpened, as well as some of our outdoor, more like camping knives. So that's the appealing part here. And I think this is going to be a good thing. So there's some other features about this particular model, some of which are on the other model, but there are some attachments that are exclusive to this particular model. So you do have on the back side this tab that you would press in, and it changes the position of that grind belt assembly. And you know, obviously you'd want to take this guide off, but you'd use this particular position for grinding like lawnmower blades or axes or what have you. I think they call this the grind position, and in its upright position right there is its sharpening position. So anyway, kind of interesting. I think this is going to be a really good purchase for me. Again, I'm just looking for that speed of just going through our knives and doing a little touch up. Okay, so it has been a week that I've owned this. I've used it a number of different times during the week, and I wanted to offer up some follow-up review suggestions toward this. The problem that I was having with this, taking a long time and really seemingly not being a good cutting edge, it was me, that I just didn't know how to use it. And frankly, I was nervous about these belts taking off too much material at once. So I was moving it quickly through there, which in fact, I needed to slow way down, that we are reshaping the contour, making that convex cutting edge. So we're reshaping the knife, and these belts aren't that aggressive, not unless you're using something like this, which is your extra coarse. There you probably would want to be a little bit more cautious, but the rest of these are not that aggressive. So going slow, taking your time, focusing on getting your angles correctly positioned, I think that would be more important, and then just keeping it even. So you're doing even strokes. I think the 1 second per inch is probably accurate. So there's that. I hope this helps. Know that that was just me not knowing how to use the machine properly. So again, we'll probably leave links to this down in the description if you're interested. We're not any type of affiliated buyer or seller or whatever. So if you buy it, it's on you, and that is your decision. So there you go. Anyway, so I hope this helps. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys have found this useful, and we will see you on the next video. See you guys.